Hello, Ray Phoenix here. Welcome to Let's Play Ape Escape Free Part 23. So we're finally setting foot in the shopping area for the first time ever, where we could buy, stuff in the shop right here. It's just like how it was in Ape Escape 2. Only you could actually choose specifically what you want to buy. So you don't have to go for all that whole lottery or slot machine crap it put you through in Ape Escape 2. So you just go right here and buy whatever it is you want. You want a life, you want some 1-up, you want some full health. You ran really low on health last time. Buy a guide pals, you can buy a lucky ticket. Now this is more like the slot machine, or like some lottery machine thing that we had in Ape Escape 2, for those that are still nostalgic for how Ape Escape 2 did things with winning stuff. But we're not going to really do much of that. Instead, we're going to just buy mon-fiction, so it's like monkey fiction. This is just like those monkey fables we got in Ape Escape 2, only you can actually choose specifically that you want to buy a monkey fable. I think it does add to your overall progress of the game. It's just a bunch of, there aren't even really stories, it's just like a simple piece of text that just says something. You can even buy a channel guide, it's like a classic TV guide that explains what each level of the game is, like the movie, it's mostly about movie making and stuff like that. Buying different channel guides, a box office, they really know it's going to be a box office smash hit. It's going to be airing on TV, cost $1 billion bananas to make it. Yeah, 'cause those monkeys are really sloppy pigs with their bananas. That's why they constantly throw them on the floor and they make us slip on them. And so it's nice they do that. And you can go to the hobby shop here too, where you could buy different, not just like where you could buy unlockable things from Ape, like the things you'd unlock in Ape Escape 2, such as mini games. There's mini games you could buy. There's photos. And so you can buy photos, add to your photo gallery. Yeah, and there's bonus RC cars you can unlock too. You can buy bonus RC cars. You can buy but those don't really serve much. I don't think those are. We don't even use the RC car that much in this game, anyways. So it's like making you buy something that you're never gonna use. Okay, so this is a music shop. This is where you can buy movies. Like, it's 2006, and the movies are still on VHS, just like in Ape Escape 2. Well, Ape Escape 2 came out in 2003 when VHS is still more commonly used. By 2006, this is when most stores such as Walmart and places like that started to phase out VHS tapes. They still buy music on CD, which is, accurate to this period of time, because people still commonly bought music on CDs back in this period of time, 2006. There's even a fortune-telling machine there. Which fortune-telling, just like many games, it doesn't do anything to increase your progress in the game. All it does is you enter in your birthday, and you enter in the birthday of your significant other, and it tells you what your chance of falling in love with them is. It's just a bunch of bullcrap for entertainment purposes they put in this game. It's almost like horoscope kind of stuff. There's also like horoscope stuff as well too, where it tells you because just like Ape Escape 2 had that too. Only Ape Escape 2 made you pay 10 coins to get a fortune. This time around, this game does it for free, because why would anyone want to pay to know about their untimely demise? People should know that stuff for free. They should know if they're going to die tomorrow for free and not have to pay anything for it, or know when their girlfriend's going to dump them, or when their appendix is going to burst. Or that information should be free to anyone, regardless of how much coins they've collected throughout the course of this game. I don't even bother much with that. I know a lot of stuff is just a bunch of. It's just generated from this game. Do you think logic from a game applies to real life? No, nothing in this game applies to real life. And it's not like it impacts what you have, the outcome of things in the game or not. No, it's just simply, it's just a bonus thing, just like mini games. Mini games suck in this game too, as I said before. They're not really that great. There's this throwing game thing where you can play as the monkeys and you get to throw each other and see how far you can throw. There's a sport similar to that was mentioned in the movie Dodgeball called midget throwing. Mentioned in that Dodgeball movie from 2004. And then there was and then what else is there? I mentioned there's like a Street Fighter type fighting game. Then there's also Metal Gear Solid, which is like some highly elaborate. It's not even really a mini game. It's more like a sub game inside of this game. It doesn't do anything to the main progress of the overall game. But you can play as a monkey and you can use guns and stuff like that and shoot over monkeys and fight against bosses. And then there's a funny cutscene where it shows a professor. He looks like the cartoon professor we know from the first 2 games, but then he actually turns into live action, where he looks exactly like Dr. Phil, which is why I call the professor from this series Dr. Phil, because he looks a lot like Dr. Phil. And and his intellect is probably about at par with Dr. Phil's level of intellect. So we had to use the fire truck to climb up the building so we can get up here and get this one monkey that's hiding on the roof of this building. It's like he was camping out here, roasting a banana over the fire. I'm sure my mom would like to do that. My mom's obsessed with bananas. She has to bring a banana with her everywhere she goes, and she has to eat it everywhere she goes too. Otherwise, she doesn't feel normal. Yeah, I guess as you can say, she really has gone bananas. Just like the monkeys in this game. I wonder if this is the start of, like, you know, monkeys ruling the world or something like that. Did Ape Escape predict the future? Some people might say this is like a prediction of the future. Maybe monkeys will become the dominant species of the world because humans failed the Earth. And that's probably exactly what Spectre thinks. And that's why Spectre, well, it's probably why Spectre wanted to cut the world in half. But now that's not going to happen because we destroyed his machine that allows him to chop the world in half. But Spectre is still out there somewhere, and he needs to be captured and brought to justice. I wonder if Spectre ever got tried in court for any of the stuff he's done. But then again, they just removed the peak point helmet from his head, and he's just a mere monkey, a mere stupid monkey. Or is he? Maybe he's not just a mere stupid monkey. How'd he know to put the helmet on his head? That makes him a lot smarter. He must be pretty smart if he knows to put a helmet on his head. He did it in the first game, he did it in the second game. It's unclear how he got his helmet back in this game that made him Spectre again, but based on what was said in the storyline, especially with his relationship with Dr. Tomoki, it's highly implied that Dr. Tomoki probably helped Spectre get his helmet back and helped break Spectre out of the monkey park and free all the monkeys again and have them, you know, invade the world. That's a problem. I think it was Dr. Tomoki that most likely did that, but it's never actually said, so it's really just an unsolved mystery. Like a lot of video games have unsolved mysteries. Why is Frogger allergic to water? Who were the ghosts in Pac-Man? Why do they hate Pac-Man so much? And how did they become ghosts? Did Pac-Man kill them or something like that? And now they want revenge on Pac-Man? It's kind of an odd idea when you look at it that way. Ghosts going after a yellow ball that looks like a pizza with a slice missing from it. It must have been the guy who made Pac-Man must have had one wacky messed up mind. Yeah, somehow it managed to dominate arcades in the 80s. And Ape Escape is still dominating my interest. Just yesterday, for the first time ever, I played Ape Escape Big Mission. That's that PSP Ape Escape game where you can drive around in that thing and take over monkeys' helmets. It came out only in Japan for the PSP, but it's a pretty decent game. I started playing it. It's a little rough around the edges, and some parts I don't really get, but it might be because of all the explanations are in Japanese, which I don't speak Japanese at all, so I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. There's a pretty decent enough game. I might do a Let's Play of that game eventually. I also played Wipeout Pulse for the first time a few days ago. Wipeout Pulse is really something. I played the PS2 version about 2 years ago, and I was really disappointed with it, but then I played the PSP version, and all those reviewers that say that the PSP version's the best version of the game, they were right. The PSP version of Wipeout Pulse is the best version of Wipeout Pulse. It has a very unique gameplay structure. It makes you play all the different modes of gameplay: time trial, races, and the zone where it's a game of survival. It makes you do all that. It makes you do all that just so you can progress in the game, which is actually good. It actually makes the gamer take advantage of all different modes of gameplay. It has some really good modes of gameplay, like Zone, for example. It really goes very further. It might even be better than Wipeout Pure. And I play on the Raspberry Pi, because right now the Raspberry Pi is actually the best thing I could use to play PSP games on a TV screen and play them on like an actual home console. I just wish I could play a lot of PSP games on home consoles when I was a kid, but now I definitely could do that now thanks to the Raspberry Pi. In theory, you can also use a regular PC for that too. So most laptops now allow you to connect them to TVs. So this part of the game, this part of the level is mostly just another beat 'em up part. This game really took advantage of the fact that it's all action packed and all filled with action. You have to destroy and fight off stuff. This part also reminds me a little bit of those levels in Spyro 3: Year of the Dragon, where you play as Sparks and you have to like go on like a shootout kind of thing and destroy every enemy you see. It usually involves crawdads or something like that, or a crawdad farm or something like that. Right now it's going on a wild shoot. I'm just blasting everywhere, just constantly shooting around, destroying the Teleborgs, and completely massacring all these Teleborgs. They're all just getting destroyed in a matter of seconds. Then several shots hits them, and there eventually a monkey is revealed. A monkey that somehow escaped the Wild West level, and now ended up in this level instead. Well, he's captured now. We can even walk up the stairs here to this building. I think that's all the monkeys in this section. Yep, that's all the monkeys in this section. So think the most of the remaining monkeys left. Oh yeah, there is one more left here. This is the part we have to play Armored Core again and drive this mech warrior thing, and then send it through the walls and have to fight another one of those other robot mechs. Yeah, I remember there was a game like that. There's another game. I was talking about Armored Core earlier, similar to the Armored Core series. I remember there's another game similar to that called Mech Warrior, or as what my father used to call it sometimes, Mick Warrior, and he would say Ronald McDonald should be a character in the game. Mick Warrior. McDonald's actually did. Yeah, McDonald's actually did have video games at the time. Remember back in the 80s, they had a game for the NES, and they even had a game on the Genesis later, and they even had a PC game that was like really cursed. I remember some gamer reviewing it once on YouTube. He said the game was really cursed, but it was like $10 in 1996, which was apparently a very cheap price for video games back then. So this one robot mech monkey has been taken down. So we can collect all the coins. I think we more than made back all the money we spent earlier in the video. And all I needed was just a 1-up and some health and some other goods, some other odd unlockables. And look, we still have quite a lot of. Still quite a lot. You could spend all day just spending a lot of coins, considering how much coins you have in this game. But all it does is just unlocks music and movie clips and things like that. There's even a bonus movie clip actually you can unlock too, where it becomes like an animated short film that deals with supposedly how these odd groups of monkeys ended up in the main game or something like that, these unlockable odd monkeys. I might make a bonus video about all this. Ape Escape 3 does have its fair share of extra stuff. In fact, Ape Escape 3 has more extra stuff than any other game in the Ape Escape series. It's already official now, and this is the 23rd part of this Let's Play. Well, the first 2 Ape Escapes only took me 22 videos to get through the entire game, the main game of the game. But now this one's now 23 videos, so it's official now. Ape Escape 3 is much longer than Ape Escape 1 and 2, which is expected because this is a later PS2 game, so people expected a game to have like so many levels, a lot of levels, and a lot of gameplay. This game really does. You know, if you bought this game, if you bought this game new for however they're asking for it back in 2006, you really got your money's worth. You got this game, I'm sure, it was probably a little bit cheaper when I got this game, so I got this game in 2007 as a present, but yeah, but it's still, this game really is, like, you know, it's worth your time and effort and money, whatever it is you invest into it. Ape Escape 3 really is, you know, is a worth experience. It's an awesome experience playing this game. It's a fun experience. So now we're in this back room. There's those Lego blocks there. Those Bricko blocks is what I call it in the Phoenix verse. That's the Phoenix verse version of Lego. I call it Bricko. There's these bunnies walking around. Yeah, it's the Easter Bunny. I feel like Jay and Silent Bob again when they had to beat up the Easter Bunny for beating up that guy. You do, the Easter Bunny did this to you. Never trust the Easter Bunny. Some creepy bunny that breaks into kids' homes on Easter and gives them goodies. The kids already need enough of those as is. These Easter bunnies. I'm surprised no one spotted the Easter Bunny yet and shot him. I know there's some types of people that eat bunny meat. They think it's like the best kind of meat there is. I don't know, I never had that kind of meat before, but I know people have eaten that before. This is Ray Phoenix signing out.